Everybody, it's Trader Cobb here. It's the 7th of November, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Trader Cobb, C-O-B-B. Alright, so I'm just going to get rid of these fibs here. Bitcoin started to pull back a little bit by the look of it, and I want to introduce you to a couple of things that I think are beneficial. The first of which being, look, what we've been seeing, what we saw last time. I know this market's very dynamic, right? I know it changes very, very frequently, and I know it can be pretty wild out there. That's kind of why alts have been getting pumped for, or when I say pumped, I mean negatively pumped, getting hurt or not doing a great deal for this most recent Bitcoin bull run. What we want to look at is what happened around the last fork. Now, we didn't see a massive pullback, but the last fork we did see some pretty hefty movements in some of the alts just before, or a couple of weeks before, some money started to pump in from what I'd call smart money. Now, I'm not saying that that's happening right now, but it seems to be that it looks like that may be the case. Okay, so of course Bitcoin down 3.68%, alts up a heck of a lot more than that, some of them up a great deal. Now what I've said in the past, not so much publicly, but what I've said to friends in the past, is around these times where we see the Bitcoin dip after a big run, especially leading to a fork, and we see the alts start to move really, really well to the upside, is basically just to have a look at which alts are performing the best. And the reason I look at doing this is because it's, I believe, where the smart money goes from, people cashing out of Bitcoin and moving across to the alts before they move too fast. And it's done very well for me in the past. So, I mean, just coming across here, just on this pick here, metals up 14%, we've got ADX up 19%, a lot of 12, 13% sort of stuff. We've got Ethereum. That's obviously one that we should keep in mind. And it's actually starting to show a bit of a bounce here. I'm certainly not saying this is the bottom. I know people ask me, where's the bottom, where's the bottom? I don't know. We don't tend to know the bottom until the bottom's been and gone. I don't try and pick bottoms or tops. I try and take the chunk in the middle, but it is starting to look a little bit more bullish here on Ethereum. Definitely looking very strong there. And just sort of scrolling through, I mean, keep in mind, these are just the coins that I like to look at and keep an eye on. I mean, co-found, that's up quite a decent amount there too, 31%. So yeah, it's just about going across and checking out the coins that you like and seeing which ones where the money's flowing to, just to see, maybe it's worthwhile putting some money into there or building your position or whatever it may be. So back to Bitcoin, the question of the day, where are we going to? As always, I use my fibs. Just quickly, I'll show you. There's two options really. A short-term pullback to 62,500, 62.50, back into that buy zone, back into the old highs would be nice. Back into this 50 to 61% fib. So that's what I would suggest if we're going to see just a bit of a wee dip off of the back of this pullback before maybe a continuation to the upside leading into that fork. The other option is really drawing in the full fibs and going, where are we going to get to? And it's 5,000. I mean, it is 5,000. That's the most obvious number for me. It's around 5,000 anyway. I'm not saying it will hit it on the nose, but the old highs, it's in between the 50 and 61% fib. I mean, look, last time I did the same sort of thing. It worked exactly the same way. I'll show you what I mean. I'll draw it back down to where the old time highs were here. I'd said 3,000. Here's 3,000 here. Now, the only thing with 3,000 was that it actually lined up perfectly with a 61.8% fib. Doesn't quite line up this time, but 61.8% fib with the old highs. Absolutely perfect. I'm calling very, very similar activity again. Why? Because history tends to repeat itself. I've only got history as my measure, and that's what I'm sticking to. So bigger picture, I think we'll see 5,000 eventually. I don't know if that's going to be the start of this. I don't know if this is what we're starting here. Again, like I said, I don't try and pick tops. Short term, 62.50, 6,500 to 62.50. Longer term, back to 5,000. If I can get down to 5,000, I will be a very happy buyer. Guys, follow me on Twitter. Take it easy. Hope you're well. Bye for now.